Hello and welcome to Titanium Talks Tarot, and today I'll be doing a how to strengthen your intuition video. Okay, so this is for anybody who watches this at any time. It's basically information content. Okay, so this is for anyone, though I would like to mention that we all have an intuition and it's key that we learn how to use it. So check out the video I post on Monday, aka today, for that specific reason. And generally for my readings, okay, a reading is a snapshot of the possible future that might arise if you continue doing what you've been doing up to this point. If you don't like the ending of a reading, change what you're doing to get a different result. Now, with that being said, my gorgeous collective, let's get into this week's content. Yes. Now, this week's content is very interesting. I've talked about intuition, right? And I've talked about your higher self and connecting with your higher self, but there is something to be said for your physical intuition, which is what we could call your muscle memory, something that you have done so often that it is ingrained within you that you cannot refute. That is extremely important, that you rely on your experience, though there is one thing that should be mentioned. Okay, so your intuition that is built, you not only do you have an intuition from your higher self, but you have the intuition that you build, which is your muscle memory, which is your experience. Now, it is super important to note that even though this is something to be taken into consideration, it should also be noted that experience can be a little faulty because it's very subjective. What do I mean by subjective? As in, everybody has their own version of it, and everyone's experience will be tainted by their own perception, how they view their experience, right? So that means not everyone will perceive the same problem from the same angle. That is why being able to work on a team can be very significant to solving a problem. Now, as regards to you, your experience, your first-hand experience is very important, but like I just said, okay, your subjective perception of things will taint the way you view a certain subject. Now, if I use very technical wording, let me know in the comments below and I will get back to you as soon as possible. Sometimes I don't realize that I'm using technical terminology, but if I do, just let me know. Okay, so basically, so your intuition, like I said, is from your higher self, as in you connecting with source, you connecting with God, you connecting with whatever you like to call it. Okay, your intuition, your knowingness, your the all-knowing, whichever you prefer. Okay, now there is also, like I mentioned, the experience that you gain through your day-to-day life, though as I mentioned, that can be tainted, meaning that the way you perceive it, the way you look at it, the way you judge it, will be absolutely decided or changed by the way that you experienced it. For example, if you had one event happen in the morning, you can have had the exact same event happen at noon, and you would have remembered it differently because you yourself were different. You're in a different state of mind. You were in a state of flow. You were in a different state of consciousness. It was not the same thing. Okay, you with your friends is different with you went with a teacher or you with a person of authority. That's what I mean to say. You have to keep it in mind that you yourself and your perception of things, or the way you view it, will taint it. For example, if you had a conversation with someone you enjoyed being around, and that person told you something a little judgmental, you would take it under advisement because you appreciate that person, and you take what they say and you take it under advisement, as in you take it for a suggestion, and you seriously contemplate it before putting it into action. Now, if that same comment came from someone you don't have a good rapport with or good relationship with, you will automatically, I do this all the time, so if you don't do this, then heads up to you, I bow to you, because like I just mentioned, the way we perceive the situation, the interaction, and all those things will be tainted by our own way of viewing and experiencing things, right? So, to say, it is important, not only that, but also our experience will also affect it. So, if we've had a difficult time doing something once, same thing happened the second time, same thing happened the third time, same thing happened the fourth time, I'm pretty certain that the fifth time, if you don't change your frame of mind, that thing will become problematic. I will give you my example, okay? There is this one thing, for example, that I've been trying to do for like months, and the first couple of times I've tried, it fell flat on its face. Now, I have to be very careful the next time I try to do this thing so that I don't reinforce my already sturdy belief that what I'm doing is difficult and that I won't be able to see it through. Because if I continually put myself in that frame of mind, I will continually get that same result. And so because this time I want it to change, I have to change the frame of mind I put myself in before starting whatever it is that I'm going to start doing, because or else I will get the exact same result I would have gotten the previous times. And let me just tell you, it sucks. I really want to stay away from recreating that same experience a fourth time. And I can tell you that it would be such a waste of time if I did, and a lot of energy wasted if I also did that. Now, it is uber important to first remember that the frame of mind in which you set yourself in will be that which taints the entire experience. I'm gonna add that. I started saying that. I wasn't, as in that little tidbit of information just added itself to the conversation. I did not have that planned out. So frame of mind is everything. I've noticed this, I don't know if you've noticed this, but in a lot of my videos on how to strengthen your intuition, there's this continuous, well, not continuous, but subjects interconnect. In French, we would say l'intersectionnalité. That's a very, very big word. But it just means that things are so intertwined, that they're so closely intersected, that it's very hard to separate them. Well, it's very hard to separate them. So it is of utmost importance that you remember that if you want to be 100% certain that your experience of whatever, okay, is well, it turns out well at the end of the day, that you absolutely must have the right frame of mind before you start doing it, to be certain that this experience goes along well. Okay, so my gorgeous collective. That is all that I have for you guys this week. If you like this and if you would like me to go deeper into your specific situation, please contact me at the email in the box below and it'll be my pleasure to assist. In that same box you'll find a little description of this video and my price. Alright, now with that being said, like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and click on that notification bell to be notified when I post new stuff, as well as leaving me a comment, because I adore comments. I read them all. I might not answer all of them, but I absolutely read them all, okay? And with that being said, my gorgeous collective, I wish you guys all a very good week, and I will see you next Monday, alright? Bye!